Hello, everyone. Welcome to our webinar on 5 quick steps to drive service desk cost optimization. Thank you for taking the time to join us today. My name is Cherubina, and I'm a product expert at Analytics Plus, Manage Engine's IT analytics solution. Before we get started, I'd like to share with you all some quick information about our session today. Should you have any questions during the course of this webinar, feel free to type them in using the chat or Q&A sections found on your screen. I'll do my best to address your questions towards the end of the session, and in the event that we run short on time, I'll respond to your questions later via email. You can also choose to email your questions to me directly at the email address that's on your screen right now. Let's get started. The IT world is seemingly facing multiple and repeated calls to curtail expenses and spending. IT departments incur hefty expenses throughout the year over the course of various technological advancements. Tagged as mandatory expenses incurred to further the organization's offerings, these booming technological expansions undertaken in the IT industry act as further costs for organizations to curtail overall spend, and instead redirect the budget towards technological advancements and R&D. As a result, expenses originating from other functional units within IT are often under scrutiny, facing continued pressure to curtail spending. One such critical department that is frequently called to reduce its spend is the IT service desk. There's no getting around it. Running a widespread service desk is expensive. Most organizations have therefore adopted various cost reduction strategies that tend to cover the basics in reducing IT expenses. But there is still far more you can accomplish to optimize service desk and IT costs as a whole. Over the course of today's session, we will be discussing 5 immediate strategies organizations can implement to curtail service desk expenses effectively. Let's get started. Avoiding surplus asset lifecycle costs. IT assets are expensive. Look at the costs incurred by an asset across every stage of its lifecycle, and it's no surprise that our expenses tend to pile up. Naturally, then, our session today will start off with detailed strategies that address and mitigate the various expenses associated with acquiring, maintaining, and disposing of your organization's IT assets. Let's start with asset acquisition. Organizations looking to streamline asset acquisition strategies tend to look for patterns in hardware asset usage and software license consumption, and not much beyond that. Now, while this unearths valuable insights into your organization's unique usage behavior, IT managers looking to move beyond momentary cost reductions need to expand their arsenal to optimize asset costs in the long run. In addition to acquiring the right quantity and type of assets, it is recommended to also make purchases that are cost-effective and augment organization productivity. To accomplish this, IT teams must break down variations in the expenses incurred through an asset's lifetime. These expenses must then be accounted for during evaluation to ensure cost-effective purchases are made. If an asset, especially one deemed as a prudent expense initially, mandates repeated break fixes, its repair costs will far outweigh the acquisition costs. Scheduling frequent repair activities greatly diminishes an asset's ROI, transforming the once efficient purchase into a significant cost drain. Analysis helps IT managers keep a close eye on such scenarios. Available pre-built in Analytics Plus, Manage Engine's flagship IT analytics solution, this visualization calculates the break-fix expenses incurred by each asset vendor over the last 4 years. Increasing trends in this analysis point to assets and vendors that silently drain IT resources over their lifetime. However, a decreasing trend in asset break-fix costs over the years points to a cost-efficient acquisition and substantiates its investment. IT managers can therefore funnel the insights from this visualization to streamline asset acquisition plans and ensure future purchases are prudent and efficient. Now, the strategy we just discussed provides an efficient outline for organizations to evaluate break-fix costs, optimize asset acquisition plans, and improve its ROI. Let's now look for ways to reduce the expenses accumulated during asset maintenance. Inefficient asset maintenance is the fastest way to incur hefty IT expenses. It sets off a domino effect that results in productivity and monetary loss, impacting the organization in varying degrees. Efficiency of an asset maintenance strategy relies on two key elements: the maintenance schedule and the maintenance activities. Now, IT teams tend to have the maintenance activities down pat, but often fall short on identifying the exact window when these activities should be carried out. You schedule maintenance activities too soon, and you stand to lose out on carrying out unwarranted maintenance. But you schedule them too far apart, and you run the risk of facing critical outages and incurring substantial downtime and recovery fees. To overcome this costly predicament, IT teams can simply leverage the unique trends that exist within organizations' outage occurrences. Now, this analysis points out each asset category's mean time between subsequent downtimes. The benefit of this analysis is twofold. IT managers can tie back lower values to inefficient maintenance or acquisition practices even, and equate increases in this metric to improvements in asset maintenance strategies. For instance, you can see that a router as well as your workstation's mean time between failure values are significantly lower than other assets. Now, this signifies that your organization could benefit from more frequent maintenance activities for these asset types. Now, you can also discern a decreasing trend for printers, which indicates an efficient maintenance schedule. In addition to helping IT teams streamline their maintenance cycles, this analysis proves handy in gauging the efficiency of asset maintenance. So our first two sections dealt with optimizing IT asset acquisition and maintenance strategies and costs. Let's now look at how we can optimize the costs associated with asset replacements. Estimating an asset's disposal date can prove a tricky ordeal. Most IT teams time replacements based on industry standards, but given organizations' varied usage and consumption, this replacement window changes across organizations. By disposing of assets too soon, you stand to lose out on valuable benefits. However, by retaining assets for too long, you rake up significant drains in the form of increased incident volume and rising repair costs. To determine each organization's unique and cost-effective window to commission asset replacements, you need analytics. Now we can easily create a visualization that calculates when an asset stands to lose 90% of its value according to industry standards, which would be an asset's ideal disposal window. However, this shows us only one side of the picture. A more effective analysis would be to look at the entire story, track asset behavior through its lifetime, monitor its incurred repair fees, and arrive at cost-effective windows to decommission your assets. And here is how you can accomplish that with an intuitive analytics platform. So let's get this out of the way first. So this analysis categorizes your organization's assets by their age tier and calculates the corresponding volume of incidents originating from each tier. So this line of analysis helps IT managers understand the impact an asset's age has on the organization's daily operations and narrow down on the windows for replacements. But as you can see here, there's a high volume of incidents originating from the lower tiers. Now, most of these incidents, especially when originating from the lower age tiers, could simply be mere configuration issues or even incorrect usage by users. So to gauge the impact of these incidents accurately, we can additionally visualize repair costs associated with each asset age tier in the same analysis. This additional step ensures IT managers can filter out insights that skew their calculations. For instance, though there's a comparatively higher volume of incidents raised from these newer assets, their corresponding repair costs are extremely low, pointing to simple configuration issues and not actual breakages. However, you can discern that assets that are older than 4 years cause a substantial amount of incidents, resulting in a significant cost drain. Now, this is a good indicator that IT teams should look to retire assets around the 4-year mark. We looked at various strategies that can be implemented to curb the expensive costs associated with IT asset management. Let's now look at ways to curtail the costs originating from other elements within a service desk. Incident management is one of the primary functions of a service desk, whose impact can be felt across the service desk and the organization. Therefore, by simply establishing an efficient and seamless incident resolution process, the IT team can witness tangible returns in the form of reduced resolution time and costs, uninterrupted daily operations, and enhanced end-user productivity. Every inefficiency within a service desk can be narrowed down to one factor: delayed resolutions. Let's look at ways to identify and address this with analytics-driven service management. Now, this analysis acts as a handy guide for IT managers to gauge their team's ability in resolving incoming incidents. It calculates the mean time to resolve incidents. And as we're looking to address the inefficiencies that significantly impact productivity and costs, I've filtered out only the incidents pertaining to asset outages in this visualization today. So by visualizing the time taken to resolve incidents across each asset category, IT managers can uncover critical trends in incident resolutions. For instance, while the time taken to resolve incidents across certain categories have decreased over the year, workstations and also servers display an increasing trend, indicating an underlying inefficiency in addressing these issues. IT managers can use this analysis to drive optimization efforts that bring down overall resolution times, targeting these particular pain points. Now, unified analytics can play a significant role in improving service desk mean time to repair. With end-to-end visibility into IT operations, teams can fast-track cross-functional root cause analysis to identify configuration issues, patch deployment failures, or even security breaches, and implement corrective measures to reduce overall resolution times effectively. Now, another avenue that can be wielded to reduce the service desk costs is your knowledge base. In addition to the evident reduction in ticket volume due to self-service, a detailed library of knowledge base articles is also a potent aid for technicians in expediting their resolution process. This analysis tracks the average resolution time across various ticket categories in your organization. By comparing the standard resolution times against the resolutions when solutions are utilized, you can visually quantify the tangible benefits of employing knowledge-based articles to streamline incident management. This visualization also acts as an effective means to underline the benefits of consistent knowledge sharing and motivate technicians to build and employ knowledge-based articles to experience proven reductions in resolution time and costs. Our session so far laid out practices that can address and mitigate costs originating from IT assets and incidents. Let's now build a strategic plan that streamlines IT project management. Now, there are two critical inefficiencies that exist within IT project management that can cause a significant drain on your overall budget. And these are inaccurate budget allocations and project delays. Let's first look at how analytics can be used to improve project allocations and budgeting. Now, project cost estimations are the natural starting point of any IT project implementation. Project managers employ cost estimation models to determine the funds required to see a project through till completion. While a minimal degree of over or even underestimating expenses can be negligible, consistently failing to estimate project costs accurately can become a significant cost drain. To address this, you can employ analytics to visualize the estimated and actual project expenses. This analysis identifies the monthly estimated as well as the actual project costs within an organization and computes the corresponding budget overshoot. Now, while a minimal amount of excess expenses can be negligible, consistently underestimating project costs quickly depletes the IT budget set aside for critical and unforeseen expenses, landing the organization in hot water towards the end of the financial year. So IT leaders can keep a close eye on this analysis to track the efficiency of project cost estimates and ensure project managers fine-tune cost calculations, arrive at accurate estimates, and overcome last-minute expenses. So this analysis effectively refines and streamlines the project planning stage. So let's look at a way to ensure these IT projects are completed on time to avoid delays and incurs further expenses. Now, while a certain degree of delays are avoidable in IT projects, consistent and sustained delays beyond a project's estimated completion date can result in several predicaments, not the least of which is the cost associated with project delays. But the unfortunate reality is that we're often unaware of these hidden costs and fail to account for these expenses that are accrued during delays. Project managers can use an intuitive analysis like this one to understand costs accumulated due to delayed projects. So by assigning an arbitrary dollar value, for instance, in this case, I've calculated each day of delay to cost approximately $50, and this can be modified based on your organization's unique usage and productivity. So this quickly allows me to uncover the impact inefficient project implementations has on the organization's IT budget. So this visualization categorizes the number of delays into ranges and calculates the corresponding budget wastage as a result of sustained project delays. For example, you can see here that on an average of about 87 days of project delay resulted in $93,000 wasted. So this analysis therefore shines a light on the financial impact of incomplete projects, encouraging project managers to streamline project implementations and mitigate delays and its associated expenses. Most service desks likely have certain levels of cost reduction strategies in place to address ballooning IT expenses. IT leaders can wield the data-driven strategies discussed in today's session to curb expenses further and establish effective cost optimization. On implementing these strategies, IT teams can witness immediate returns in the form of reduced budget wastage, streamlined asset management, and enhanced service desk efficiency. Now, this brings us to the end of our webinar. But let me quickly summarize everything we discussed over the course of today's session. Avoiding surplus asset lifecycle costs. It is recommended to make purchases that are cost-effective and augment organizational productivity. Now, to accomplish this, IT teams must break down variations in expenses incurred through an asset's lifetime. Can track the break-fix costs to identify assets and vendors that are silently draining IT resources, and streamline asset acquisition plans to ensure your purchases are prudent. Fine-tuning maintenance strategies to curb costly downtime. Inefficient asset maintenance is the fastest way to incur hefty expenses because this sets off a domino effect that results in productivity and monetary losses. So you can track your organization's mean time between failures to identify assets that would benefit from more frequent maintenance activities, and also track your efficiency of maintenance by looking at reductions in this metric. Determining cost-effective windows to decommission assets. Now, most IT teams time replacements based on industry standards. For instance, laptops are replaced at the 4-year mark and so on. But given organizations' varied usage and consumption, this replacement window changes across each organization. To identify your ideal disposal window, simply monitor each asset age tier's volume of incidents as well as the repair cost to determine your cost-effective window to commission replacements. Upgrading the incident resolution process to curb avoidable cost drains. Track your team's ability to resolve incidents through the mean time to repair metric, as well as promote the usage of knowledge-based articles by quantifying the tangible benefits of using knowledge-based articles during incident resolutions. Now, by streamlining your incident resolution process, you can witness immediate returns in the form of reduced resolution time and costs, and also enhanced user productivity. Understanding and improving IT project spend and wastage. Tackle the two main inefficiencies that exist within IT project management, which are project delays and inefficient budget estimation. You can accomplish this by computing the exact budget overshoot each month and reworking your estimates so that your overshoot is minimal in the upcoming months. And you can curb project delays by uncovering the exact financial impact of delayed implementations. The reports we covered over the course of this webinar were built using Analytics Plus, ManageEngine's AI-powered IT analytics solution using data spanning across various applications. Now, beyond offering comprehensive analytical capabilities, Analytics Plus also provides out-of-the-box integrations with several IT applications. Now, this includes various ManageEngine applications like Sales Desk Plus, Endpoint Central, Site 24/7, PAM 360, to name a few. The Advanced Analytics platform also provides pre-built analytics for various third-party IT applications such as Jira Software and ServiceNow. The primary benefit of these out-of-the-box integrations lie in the fact that they can be configured within minutes, post which you can access more than 300 pre-built reports and dashboards. So if you would like to attain a hands-on experience and apply every report that we've just discussed over your help desk data, all you need to do is sign up or download the Analytics Plus free trial and set up the integrations to access insightful reports and dashboards. Now, beyond offering these out-of-the-box insights for major IT applications, Analytics Plus continually strives to facilitate self-service on every level of its platform. A key player that facilitates this is our AI-driven analytics assistant, Zia. If you're just getting started with analytics and find BI tools to be daunting, well, Zia can be your new best friend. All you have to do is strike up a conversation with Zia, either via text or voice, and Zia will automatically generate the insights required to further your analytics journey. And while this removes the task of having to build a report yourself, understanding and breaking down the information displayed in a visualization can take up quite a bit of effort. But with Zia Insights, you can attain narrative, detailed interpretation of your analysis at the mere click of a button. This feature proves beneficial, especially in cases where immediate insights are required in putting out the fires in your organization. You can leverage Zia's conversational prowess to dig deeper into your data, to uncover hidden information and perform root cause analysis. And also use the forecasting engine to foresee future trends and modify your business strategies accordingly. Now, another beneficial feature in Analytics Plus is our scenario analysis functionality. Using what-if analysis, you can execute powerful scenario analysis over your reports to visualize various outcomes based on a deciding factor. For instance, you can employ this feature to determine the exact number of technicians you'll need to employ to improve your mean time to repair metric, or to increase your overall resolution times. By varying the number of technicians employed in your organization, you can visualize in real time how your resolution time varies using this beneficial feature. So by understanding impact when changes occur ahead of time, you can quickly adjust your strategies, change your hiring plans, and establish strategies to ensure that you achieve your business objectives. You can also set up threshold-based alerts for your reports and get notified via in-app alerts or emails. Now, this is very helpful in notifying you of suspicious activities that occur within your environment, and also saves you the trouble of having to recheck your reports manually. So this was a brief overview of the Analytics Plus application. And it looks like we have a few minutes left for a quick Q&A session. So the first question we have here is, I'm using Surdesk Plus with Analytics Plus, but I can't see the reports that you've mentioned in the session. How do I get these reports? So the reports that we discussed through this webinar today are a part of the report bundles that we've released. Now, these are free downloadable blueprints of reports that you can simply download, import into your Surdesk Plus workspace in Analytics Plus, and that's it. Within mere seconds, you'll now have an additional, what's that, around 45 to 50 reports on critical and important help desk KPIs. Moving on to the next question. I'm using the cloud version of Surdesk Plus. Can I still access these reports? Yes. So Analytics Plus is available on the cloud as well. And additionally, these report bundles also work for cloud versions of Surdesk Plus. And that brings us to the end of the questions and answer section. So we've covered a lot of information through the course of this webinar, and I hope you benefit from this session. If you'd like to try out these reports for yourself, you can quickly download or sign up to the trial version of Management Analytics Plus. And now this comes with a free all-inclusive 15-day trial. Simply scan the QR code that's on your screen to head to the sign up page. And from there, you can either sign up to the cloud version or download the on-premise version and get the application running with ease. And now once that's done, it will take you mere minutes to set up various integrations and access all the pre-built reports and dashboards. And with that, we have reached the end of this webinar. So that's about it from me, folks. If you had any questions or concerns during the session, please do contact me using the email address that's on your screen right now. I truly love to hear from you. Thank you for taking the time to join this session today. Take care, everyone. Have a great day ahead.